Good morning. Now for your daily horoscope for Friday, May 16th, 2025. Aries. A small amount of money might come your way today, Aries. It could be a gift, dividend, or bonus. You may want to squander it on gifts for yourself and others rather than put it to more practical use, which is perfectly fine. Books may be especially appealing, particularly those on new spiritual or metaphysical ideas. Set some time aside for a little reading. Taurus. You should feel and look great today, Taurus. Your charm and social skills are at a high level, and your joviality and gift for conversation should make you a welcome guest at any social event. And you should be invited to a lot of them, perhaps too many. Enjoy the special time of sociability and friendship. Gemini. Today you may be anxious to spend time with your family, Gemini, but there could be some chores you need to do first. This could stress you out quite a bit if you let it. Roll up your sleeves and handle whatever needs to be done and then hightail it back to your hearth. Relax and enjoy the company of your loved ones. Cancer. Today might be more difficult than usual for you to deal with words, Cancer. Someone might lend you a book on a rather obscure subject that you can't understand. In fact, you might find the book or anything else you try to read boring. You don't want to hurt your friend's feelings. Put the book aside and try again later. The words should be clearer to you then. Leo. Some news that comes to you from a friend or colleague could shake you up today, Leo. You might find that when you learn cast doubts on concepts you've embraced for most of your life. This could confuse you. Don't feel threatened. Everyone has to recreate some values from time to time. Think about it when you're more relaxed and you might find it isn't so radical after all. Virgo. Today you may see that nearly every couple you know is quarreling, Virgo. You may have a few differences with a current or potential partner, but this is nothing to worry about. You're tense and edgy because of outside pressure, so your fuse might be a bit shorter than usual. Try to stretch your patience a little further, just for today. All should be well by tomorrow. Libra. Today you may be in a very stressful atmosphere. Your entourage is likely to be tense and anxious, and you're no exception. You may need to stay in the environment until you've accomplished your objectives. You'll probably want to relax your evening at home in front of the TV, doing and thinking absolutely nothing. Relax. Scorpio. You and a current or potential partner may disagree on whether to spend some time together alone or to go out with friends. Scorpio, if you've both had a rough day, you're likely to be rather tense and apt to snap at each other. A compromise may be the best answer. Spend an hour or two with your friends and then come home and relax. That way, everyone's happy. Sagittarius. A relaxing evening at home may be just what you need, Sagittarius, but a colleague might ask you to attend a business-related event. You may have had a stressful few days. Such a party may be the best thing or the last thing you want to do. Don't be afraid to say no. There will be plenty of colleagues there. At the most, put in a quick appearance and then leave. Right now, you need more rest than contacts. Capricorn. Today you may try to contact several people, Capricorn, none of whom may be available. You might particularly want to reach a female friend or relative who lives far away. This could prove frustrating as you have some interesting news for her. Keep trying. You will eventually manage to connect and she will be glad to hear from you. She might even invite you to visit. Aquarius. Whether or not you should make a specific expenditure could cause some tension between you and a partner. Aquarius, you may think that it isn't feasible now while your friend is determined to go for it. This isn't the day to try to reach an agreement in this matter. Neither of you is likely to give in. Wait a couple days until you're both a bit less tense. Pisces. A friend may be throwing a party and you might be expected to attend. You've probably had a stressful day and really don't feel up to it. Your friend may try to induce you to come by making you feel guilty. Don't fall into that trap. Go only if you feel that the value of the occasion overrides your need for rest. Your friend will forgive you if you say no. This has been your daily horoscope for Friday, May 16, 2025. Good morning.
Well, happy Friday, guys. Good morning. Well, guess what? I am jumping in. Well, she should jumping back in when we're closing off a week. I got to pick up Jaden. Jaden keep holding it down. So big up to Jaden and the rest of the morning team for holding it down here on the DBS Morning Show. Let's go on over to our news department, see what's happening there, and we'll be back.
Good morning. Time now for the news. My name is Timothy Polio. The Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, is ramping up its preparedness efforts ahead of the start of the Atlantic hurricane season.
I always wish to emphasize that notwithstanding the forecast, we have to recognize that it only takes one system to cause significant impacts for the Caribbean. So yes, we've been ramping up our preparedness actions. We learned quite a bit from the experiences of Hurricane Beryl last year, particularly it being the first Category 5 system which occurred so early in an Atlantic Basin hurricane season. So it's really emphasized for us the importance of ensuring that readiness actions are completed before June 1.
Health workers from around the island turned out in large numbers at the funeral service for a medical doctor who recently passed away. Her life has been described as one of compassion, professionalism, and unwavering service to the health and well-being of the people of St. Lucia.
She doesn't think she would have gone into politics. I dare say, I disagree. She probably eventually would have. Alas, it was not to be. Gemma loved to travel, and she loved her fur babies, Riri and Jazz. Wherever Gemma went, they went. Those were her children. Birthdays were celebrated, grooming appointments a priority. The majority of her shopping when she traveled was for them. They truly are an indispensable part of her story. Gemma back in the day made it her mission to try to get me what she deemed to be a suitable boyfriend, because she clearly believed that I was not doing a good enough job on my own. She admittedly presented some good candidates, and though she was not entirely successful in that endeavor, her efforts have resulted in some of my most treasured and enduring friendships. When Gemma was diagnosed years ago, very few people knew, and that's just the way she wanted it, because I will reiterate, she did not want our pity. She was determined to fight. She indeed battled valiantly, traveling all the way to India alone for better treatment options. She fought with heart, with grit till the very end. She firmly believed that disease of any sort is an offense against dignity, and that maintaining and restoring human dignity should be the inspiration and a guiding light of every healthcare worker, be it in the area of public health or clinical medicine. We must honor her legacy by giving our best to every patient, every citizen with whom we come into contact.
Finally, from us this morning, the MP for Babonneau has stepped in to assist a constituent whose home was recently destroyed by fire.
Immediately, we came to her rescue and tried to give her some assistance. She was actually residing in somebody's home. So today, we are actually giving her her private space for herself and her family, her partner, so they can have a more conducive environment to live. In the meantime, we call this a transition, as we are trying to see how we can access land and give them a permanent home to stay. I am very grateful that the coordinator the supervisor for caregivers, Miss Mildred Joseph, she has played a critical role in trying to mobilize the resources to assist Kadi. The thing is that we are not putting her in an empty home. We are giving her a home well furnished so she can actually move in this evening with her family and she can have a good night's rest. So and thank God for showering blessings on her, and we look forward to continue to give her the support that she needed.
And as a broadcast, thank you so much for watching and listening. Join us for our next News Major at noon, the Lunchtime Report. I'm Timothy Polio. Good morning.
Thank you, guys. We need to take a short break. We'll be back. clarify, or educate a little bit on the St. Lucia Sports Academy, because I know a lot of you parents probably may be looking for them on the list of schools choices. I know that your student your child is doing the CPEA, but they're not there, and there's a reason for that. But it does not mean that you can't sign your child up if you'd like for them to attend this academy. So here's our good friend, the PR representative at the school, to explain it all. Here at the St. Lucia Sports Academy, and I'm here with Bernice. Bernice is the PRO, the communication specialist. She's the one to get all the word out. And speaking of getting the word out, this is a critical time to get some ground rules or some house rules out concerning the academy, because this is the time that we are seeing students are now sitting the CPEA.
That's correct.
A lot of students are probably, there's a little bit of confusion, and we want to make sure we put everything in place, because a lot of attention has been given lately to this academy.
Yes.
Rightfully so, because athletics, what the school has been doing, Carifta is just wrapped up, and you guys had a wonderful contingent coming from the school going to Carifta. You've had a track record of persons who continue to excel on a regional and international level as well, who has been student of this school. So a lot of attention has been placed on the school. But I guess parents and students might be looking at their listing of their schools, the choices, and it's not on there, and there's a reason. But it does not mean that persons cannot sign their students up to be part of it if they so wish to. So here we are to clarify that and to put it out there so persons understand how the school works.
Yes. So the St. Lucia Sports Academy, as you said, is not on the list when students go to sit CPA exams, which is happening currently at the school. However, parents can register their students directly with the school, their children directly with the school if they want to. So what we've done in the past is we've had coaches recruit those athletes from the primary schools. But let's just say a child has not been taking part in sports at the school, but they really have that talent and they're just kind of, shy about it. A parent might say, well, listen, this is the time for you to shine, pursue that dream, pursue that goal. And the parent can speak to the PE teacher at the school or speak directly to the administrators here at the St. Lucia Sports Academy and get more information about this fantastic program that we have going on right now.
Right, because a lot of people think that, okay, well, it's just a thing on the side. So they're not confident or they're not aware that you are full-blown, you do the CXCs and stuff as well.
Institution, yes. We have all of the subjects being offered here. Sciences, math, French, Spanish, the languages, everything. A child can choose from any of the science subjects, and they need to do at least 5 subjects from 3 to Form 5. So it's not just, you come here and you do sports. It's not sports alone. You have to actually have a 73% average to come to the school. Yes.
Don't play with it. Right. Now, I wanted to, for my own understanding as well, and I'm sure it's going to benefit some of the viewers as well. In terms of the process, that the recruiting process that happens for students to come to the school, it is left up to the coaches and, that sort. Is that a working, is it enough or is that why we're having this conversation? Because we really need more parents, because parents will be more in tune. A sports person at the school might say, well, all right, how many what's the numbers like on a yearly basis? Like if you were to be recommended from the coach's standpoint, do you get enough students being enrolled?
No, we definitely don't get enough. There are still some questions. In fact, a lot of people don't know what we do here. They just hear sports academy, sports training, and that's it. The question is still asked, do you do academics? Right. We have a dormitory. We have the students are fed when they come here. Oh. So, yes, it's all right. So it's a complete package, and there's morning conditioning from about 6 o'clock in the morning, approximately, to 7 every morning. Right. So it's a rigorous program. The science backing what we're doing here. Right. The coaches are, some of them internationally renowned, and everybody is trained to ensure that the athletes succeed at what they're doing once they want it. Yes. Right.
Now, let's talk a little bit about your track record today, because you've had some students who has gone on and completed the program and are faring very well, and which is evident that, listen, it is workable, and it is something to consider. It's not a miss or a down or a downgrade for your child to enroll them here.
It's not, because we've been open for 5 years, and Naya Jules is our biggest, success story. She's on a full scholarship to Garden State University in the States. She's a two-time Carifta Gold medalist in
Is that the pole vault, lady?
Yes, she's a pole vault. So gold last year and then silver this year, right? And she also medaled for javelin. So she's doing very well. We're really proud of her. She's a good academic student as well. So she's a well-rounded individual, and that is what we want to do here, and that's what we should be doing at all schools. Building well-rounded individuals who can benefit the society and who can give back and help us, right?
Right.
As a
So I'm a
society.
parent. I'm out there. My child went to the CPEA, but I've been noticing, or I might have a desire to want my child to be a well-rounded student. So I would like to sign her or him up to the academy. What's the process?
So the process is, if you're coming in Form 1, you're coming from the primary school, right? You need to first fill out an application online, and then you come in and register with our administrators here. We also cater to transfers. So a student who's already going to the secondary school, if they're in between Form 1 and Form 3, all they have to do is get a transcript from their school, so that we can see what their grades are like. And of course, fill out the application. They do need some references, because we want to make sure we're getting a cadre of good athletes who, will know what they're about once they get here. We don't really want to struggle with the students. Yeah.
And is there a forum or platform open where parents can actually converse with the school beforehand to decide whether or not
Yes,
that
they
is a
can.
good catch for them?
Yes, they can call the office. I don't have the number right now.
They can look it up. Here it is, St. Lucia School Sports
I'll send that to
Academy.
you. You can put it across the screen.
Absolutely.
Right.
Certainly. Well, guys, this is an option, and it's available, and it's here. They've been doing very well. Naya Jules, that's just the name you need to go on with for now to understand, and quite a few others as well. So we are happy that we were able to get that message across, because it's the way that things are going right now. It cannot be the same, the status quo, the
Yes,
same
we
thing.
we
Things
can't.
are changing, and we're seeing a lot more of the inclusion in well-rounded students. That is the appetite out there now. People need to go out there a little bit more well-rounded. So I'm happy that we're able to highlight the school and what it does, and hopefully more people will find the confidence in looking in that direction. Close the door on jazz and open up to carnival. And of course, junior carnival plays such a vital role, and a lot of effort recently has been placed on that department. So here is the chair of the CPMC, and she's going to tell us some of the things that they have improved upon moving forward for this year's junior carnival. We're here with with Tamara Gibson, the head of the CPMC. Of course, it is that time again. We're hitting the ground running because, when we wrap up jazz, I don't know how Tamara does it. I have to commend her and I have to try to figure out how it's done. She's going to have to give some lessons in the future on that. But we're heading straight into Junior Carnival, and we know how passionate Tamara is about Junior Carnival. Much to our amusement and much to our satisfaction as well, because those of us who know get to have an appreciation that if you want to talk sustainability, if you want to talk continuity, if you want to talk about preservation, this is where you have to go with it. You have to ensure that you pour into the younger ones. I mean, it is not rocket science, and you get that. Yes. And so, since you've taken up the helm, we've seen quite an effort being put into the junior aspect of the carnival, and we really do love that. So we're hitting off again. I know a lot of news items are going to be coming to them, so I wanted to take like a different angle with you for the morning show in terms of what are some of the adjustments, what are some of the changes that we can expect to see moving forward, improvement-wise, in this year's junior carnival. Some of the areas in which you probably would have looked at last year and decided, okay, we're going to do something different this year in that regard.
Well, good morning, Maureen. Yes, we have given a lot of thought to the Junior Festival. It's really, really dear to my heart. This is where I started. I started off carrying costumes and playing in the junior festival. And I think maybe that's where I got my appreciation for it. And we have noticed that there's a decline in participation from the juniors. So we're placing a lot of effort into it. Last year we started with the school store, and we're back at it again this year. We're starting next week. So funny, this year we had quite a few schools call to say, can we please be part of the school store? Don't forget us. So we took that into consideration. So we lengthened it a bit this year. We also started a little earlier. We recognize that it is exam time. So we have to ensure that, for us to ensure that everyone participates, we had to take that into consideration, because of course we don't want others to be left out because, it's exam time. We know we take our exam seriously, and but also our culture. So we looked at the balance. So for sure, this year we started early, and we've also lengthened the tour to include more schools. It's always important for us to go island-wide. Island-wide. We don't want any quarter of St. Lucia to feel like they are not part of this festival. So we've put a lot of thought and effort into the school selections for the tour. And if any schools are listening now and they feel they want their school to get involved, it's not too late. If you call us and we can accommodate you, we will certainly try to accommodate you. So that's for the school's tour. For the Calypso and Soca competition, the Soca competition is a new competition. We're excited about that.
Right. Oh, yes. Absolutely.
Because we know this is where the next Ricky T, the next Ezra, the next Imran Nerdy, the next Arthur, that is where they're coming from, the youth. Ricky T has given us, 22 titles? We're looking for the next youngster who can give us 22. So the Soca competition, as I said, we've been thinking about this for 2 years. This is the time. This is the time to get it done. We were hoping to give it a separate day. Okay. But unfortunately, I think there's CXC math on one of the days. So it kind of threw off our schedule a bit. So what we've done is grouped it. So we'll have the Calypso competition in the morning, the Friday morning, and at 2 p.m. we will have the Soca competition. So hopefully by then the SAB will be filled with youngsters, and of course we're inviting the adults as well. It's $20 for the adults, and come and support the kids. We want you to come out and support them. The Pan Festival, we would have liked it to have been on a school day, but unfortunately, again, because of the exams, we had to keep it on a Saturday. But we encouraging parents, come out with your children. Don't send them unsupervised. Come out with your children. It's a lovely family day. We have a lot in store for you. So, those are the improvements that we were trying to make to get early advertising as well, because we need to get the word out early that this is happening. Tickets will be available and on sale from next week.
Right. Does that mean that in corporate St. Lucia, to get them more engaged as well? Because last year, remember, from the competition, there's a lot of talk. A lot of people were expressing that, the prizes could have been a little bit upped, So is that to target that as well?
Oh, yes. Corporate St. Lucia, the Lucian Junior Carnival is a separate festival. We invite you to come on as sponsors. That is the only way that we can support the children. What we try to do is give the participants personal items, but the schools are the ones who are awarded the prize monies and the trophies. So, for encouragement for the children, last year we had Promotech on board with us, and they were very supportive. So the children got lots of gadgets and so on. We had Pine Hill juices as well. So we want to encourage more of Corporate St. Lucia. Peter Malta is our title sponsor. They were on with us last year and they're back again this year. And we thank Peter Malta for always supporting our activities. But again, if more of Corporate St. Lucia comes on, it's more encouragement for the children. They put a lot of effort, as you would have heard Bachelor said earlier. They put a lot of effort into preparing themselves. It's a serious competition for them. So we want to encourage them and we want to reward them for their hard work. So Corporate St. Lucia, don't let us down. Come on board.
Absolutely. It's your opportunity to answer that call. Just run through the dates again. Junior Carnival kicks off when and to when?
The school's Calypso competition is June 6th at 10 a.m. The Soca competition will be at 2 p.m. on June 6th. And the Pan Festival is June 7th at the SAB, and of course, not forgetting the Junior Parade of the Bands on July 13th around the city circuit. Absolutely. Yeah.
Tamara, we look forward to what's ahead, and I'm sure this is not going to be our last conversation, but we're off to a good start.
Thank you.
All the best.
And welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with Soca Size. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a Bacchanal warm-up routine to Balance Bati by WCK. Let's do this. Four, three, two, swing those hips. 4, 3, 2, hips going in a circle. 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, step and switch. 4, 3, 2, first side and 4, 3, 2, next side. Hey. 4, 3, down and up. Hip. Let's go. 8, 8, 8, 8. Stroke back, squeeze it. Last one. Side to side with the hip. Woo! Let's go. 4, 3, 2, circle. 4, 3, 2, step and 4, 3, 2, switch. Hey. 4, 3, 2, foot side. Switch it. Hey. One more. 4, 3, hip down and up and stroke back, balance bati. Let's go. 4 more. Side side hips. 4, 3, step and 4, 3, 2, switch and 4, 3, 2, first side. 4, 3, 2, next side. 4, 3, hip down and up and last one, push back. Let's go. Hey, hey, hey. 4 more. Hey, hey, hey. Roll the hips. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with Soca Size. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
And that is our program for today. It's a off to another amazing weekend. Whatever it is you choose to do on the weekend. I guess it can be a little down low weekend this time around. All of the excitement parts last weekend. So you could take some time off this weekend and breathe a little bit, pour a little into your solitude, your self-reflection, that is vital as well. So take some time for yourself with the family on a quiet note, if that's what it is. But if you're not one of those and you're a busybody, then go ahead and do what you do. But enjoy your weekend. And we're looking forward to seeing you back here again on Monday for another DBS This Morning.